Hi guys, my name is Bethany Koen. I am 20 years old, and this is my fourth semester with Lee Online. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you in this class. And so some things you might want to know about me. Well, I come from a very big family. I have 5 brothers and 3 sisters, so 9 of us total. And I am the second oldest. So I mean, with that, you got some leadership skills, right? But anyways, so house is always busy, always crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I really love our family. Um, so I'm from Pueblo, Colorado, and I've been born and raised here my whole life, and I love it. I just love how gorgeous it is. In my free time, I like to, explore nature, explore God's creation, and just see what we can find, whether it's hiking, camping, um, whatever seems exciting at the time. I like to stay active, like to stay busy, so pick up sports game, volleyball, basketball, anything like that is also fun with friends. So I currently work at Soaring Eagles Autism Center here in town, which is it's just been a great experience. I actually started there as a teen, in back in 2015. So from there, I was able to learn a lot, and as time went on and the story goes, God really just started calling me to special needs ministry. And so I've known from a young age that I wanted to be involved in ministry in some facet or another because I've always been around it and I've always loved it. Because my parents were pastors at our old church, Bread of Life here in town. And so growing up a PK, you're at the church all the time, and you get to learn a lot, right? And so you can go one of two ways, and I definitely dove in deep, rather than turning away, which I'm thankful for. But after my parents retired, I actually started attending Family Worship Center, which is another church here in Pueblo, and I've been there for about 5 years now, and got involved in ministry there. Currently, I'm serving in our youth and children's ministries at the church. But with working at the Autism Center and having that, that desire for ministry, I was torn between what I was supposed to do. And I really was for a long time. I didn't know where God was calling me. But really, it's not so much that I have to choose working, in an autism center in the therapy side of things, and I don't have to choose to just be involved in ministry. And so he kind of showed me the need for a special needs ministry. And so, while some churches have it, there's so many that don't. And there's so many difficulties that can come with that. For special needs families, they can't attend church because their kid doesn't have somewhere to go, or they're worried about, what's going to happen while they're there. And so I would really like to create a safe environment for special needs families so that they can, feel welcomed and accepted into the church. So that not only that special needs child feels loved and respected and important, but also that the siblings and the parents would get that connection with God, just like so many of us have. Okay, so my definition of Christian leadership. I really think being a Christian leader is about leading by God's example, right? So Jesus walked the earth. He showed us how to teach. And so with that example, we are able to teach others, right? Be a disciple who makes disciples. And I think what the difference between just typical leadership, leading in a business or a company versus Christian leadership is, in any leadership position, you have to make sure everybody's doing all right. You have to make sure everybody's on top of things, everything's in order. And there's a right and a wrong way to do it. But Christian leadership takes it a step further. And it allows for, one, the moral compass of having the Bible on your side. And then two, also just the love and the respect that you'll have for those underneath you, and those that you are leading is so much different. So some passages that I like to turn to in leadership is, the first would be, being a young leader myself, is 1 Timothy 4:12. And it's Paul talking to Timothy because he knew, again, Timothy was a young leader. He needed the encouragement. But it says, let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in faith, in love, in spirit, and in purity. I probably mixed that order up, but you get the point. And so he sets out all these character traits of what a good leader looks like. So that's really one that I try to live my life off of. And then another story that comes to mind is the story of the rich young ruler, right? He's got everything in order. He does all the good things, and he does all the work, and he does this and he does that. But he also has all these possessions, and he's so focused on the ways of this world, and so Jesus corrects him. When we focus on our own abilities and our own knowledge and our own everything, we can't get into heaven, right? And so Jesus is saying here, if you want to lead, and if you want to be an example to those believers, you have to surrender your stuff to God. Like you be willing to live with nothing. Like, obviously God blesses us with stuff, but be willing to surrender everything, humbling yourselves, and doing everything you work for. Do it as if you're doing it to the Lord and to God, and not unto man. And that's so true, because every time we try and focus on this world, it goes wrong. But when we focus on God in our leadership, it goes so much better. Some questions that I might have about Christian leadership and things that I would hope to answer in this course is really just kind of getting a better grounding of what Christian leadership is. While I have had some experience over the years, I'm also still a young leader, and I would really excited to take this opportunity to learn how to be a better leader in the ministries I'm currently in, and also in the ministry that I want to start. So just generally how to become a better leader, but also some action steps to take in that way. But I think that's pretty much all, and I'm excited to get to know everybody else in this course, and we'll talk to you later.